our way. A day after the Bengaluru police arrested 4 people in connection with the Kammanahali molestation case, another case of sexual and physical assault has been reported in the KG Halli police station limits. The case relates to something that happened on 6:30 a.m. on Friday when a 23-year-old woman, we understand, was walking towards the Arabic College bus stop near the Nagawara Main Road when a man allegedly stalked her and assaulted her. What you're watching on your screens is the aftermath of that alleged assault. Some of it, a part of which we understand has also been caught. There you have it on CCTV. So clearly, within the space of the 48 hours in the intervening day and night of the 31st of December and the 1st of January, there were 2 separate incidents. At least a second case has now been filed. Sagai, my colleague, is joining us. Sagai, what more details do you have?
We get to learn this incident happened this morning around 6:20 when this girl was walking towards Arabic College. And this man the perpetrators follows her and hugged her, and in a battle of getting rid of that man, this girl injured her tongue and her hand. And you can see in the visuals that she has displayed that she got hurt on her tongue. Initially, she refused to file a complaint. She refused to come in front of media. After this visual was played on media, now she has filed a complaint. The latest update that we are getting that now the girl have filed a complaint after police pressure.
What is visible in the CCTV? Is that the culprit, Sagai?
Look, what is visible in the CCTV is the stalker is walking behind her. He knows that she is going all alone, and she was going to an Arabic college. He followed her, and he started to hug her and grope her. And in order to get rid of this person, she tries to fight with him. She tries to battle against him, and that's when she got injured her head, leg, as well as her tongue. So she initially refused to file any kind of police complaint in fear of the society. Now, after police have got the CCTV footage, they have asked her, and now she has filed a police complaint, but the stalker is still unknown.
So, I'm presuming a case has been filed, as you mentioned, and the CCTV footage has been accessed. A stalker is being hunted. Once again, perhaps at least this time, the denials won't come from the police and the politicians in Karnataka and beyond who have been, of course, lecturing the girls. This girl presumably going to college at 6:30 in the morning. I wonder what Abu Azmi has to say about women studying. Perhaps he has an issue with that also. Sagai, but getting back to the point, the police have registered an FIR under, of course, we understand, which has been delayed a bit because the girl was initially not willing to file a complaint. For our viewers who are not familiar with the topography of Bengaluru, help us understand where this Arabic college is, where exactly has the CCTV been shot from?
See, Arabic college is on KG Halli, and if you see, she is an Islam girl, is a Muslim girl, and she was wearing hijab. So the politicians who were talking about the dress code, they now understood that even if you cover something completely, wearing a burqa or hijab, even that girl will get molested. In this case, she was wearing hijab, she was completely covered.
Okay, Sagai, just stay with me. Palki, my colleague, joining us on the broadcast. Brinda Adige is also joining us, an activist on the broadcast. You know, I hate to draw the analogy, Palki, but this is a girl going to college, clad from head to foot. And yet it exposes exactly what kind of mentality it is, and it's the men who need to be chastised, certainly not the women.
Absolutely, and if those who made those pathetic statements needed any proof, well, unfortunately, they have it here. It is not about the clothes, it is not about the timing, it is not about the place, it is the mentality of the perpetrators, and that has once again been highlighted in a case like this. Yesterday we heard from the top cop of Bengaluru that this is a one-off incident. We cannot raise security for this. We do understand that security cannot go up overnight, but to call such a heinous incident a one-off case shows the kind of attitude with which the police deals with cases like this and gives a message. This is something, Rishabh, that we've been highlighting and underlining. The statements being made by the police force, the statements being made by the top political leaders in Karnataka and elsewhere give a very strong message to the perpetrators. They can do it and they can get away with it because the law keepers do not think it's such a big deal.
Completely shocking. Brinda Adige, your thoughts? Okay, we lost that conversation there with Brinda Adige. Palki, the fundamental thing is that cases happen. It is our response to the cases to prevent the next one that really matters. And clearly, the reaction and the response, if this individual, this stalker, this pervert, excuse me, was watching television over the past 5 days, he would have been enthused by the reaction from Abu Azmi and the rest, blaming the woman.
Absolutely. To victimize a woman twice over, first for the ordeal that she went through and then say that she called it upon herself is absolutely unacceptable, and that is what seems to have happened in both the cases in Bengaluru, the mass molestation that we saw on MG Road and Brigade Road, and also the stalking and molestation attempts that we saw in Kammanahali. And unfortunately, it's the very same place, the very same locality, Rishabh, that this has happened after 4 people were arrested yesterday by the Bangalore police in the first stalking and molestation case in Kammanahali. In the very same place, another incident happens, and this time a woman is going to college when she is assaulted, when she is waylaid by these people. So the brazenness really shows that they do not have the fear of the law. The concept of deterrence is clearly not working.
And we can take for granted why they don't have a fear of the law. If you've been watching television and listening to the, unfortunately to say this, a very senior officer, the DGP of Karnataka, saying 1 or 2 incidents happen. If you've been listening to the Commissioner of Police in Karnataka, who's been insisting, in Bengaluru rather, who's been insisting that there was no molestation despite several victims coming out and speaking in public. Advaita Kala joining us on the broadcast. She's an author and activist. Advaita Kala, if this happened in the same place, I can tell you, within a span of 5 days, exactly where that girl was assaulted on New Year's, now an assault is taken place within meters of another girl at a bus stop, 6:30 in the morning. The woman is clad head to foot. She's going to college. Now what do we tell the cops and netas?
It's horrific. It's not what we tell the cops and netas. It's really what do they tell us? Because, you know, for a while there was even this narrative going on that nothing really had happened that night. And there is no issue. So one after the other, you have things like this happening. Nobody's taking accountability. We're seeing regressive statements come from the Home Minister of the state. Nobody is standing up for what is going on there. Bangalore has changed. I have lived in Bangalore myself as a working woman just a little over a decade ago. And there was no such instance of this sort. It was a safe city. It was a city where you could be out at night. It had an early nightlife, so you could be done by midnight in that city.
Would it qualify? Would it qualify? And I know it's again it's an analogy, not one, but one should be drawing. But would it qualify, Advaita Kala? In fact, we're gonna move on and we're gonna get back to this in just a bit. Advaita Kala and my colleague Palki, thank you very much for putting this into perspective for us. Very short break.